The digital news cycle is a relentless torrent of information, a chaotic blend of the profound and the trivial. Yet, every so often, a headline cuts through the noise, not with sensationalism, but with a raw, human vulnerability that gives millions of readers pause. Kelly Ripa's emotional update leaves fans in tears. What happened to Mark Consuelos? Is one such headline. At first glance, it sparks a jolt of fear, a health scare, a personal tragedy, an unforeseen crisis. The reality, as unfolded on a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, was both simpler and infinitely more profound. It was not a story of a single catastrophic event, but a poignant reflection on the slow, quiet heartbreaks woven into the fabric of a shared life and the strength required to navigate them. This was not merely a news story to be consumed and forgotten. It was a masterclass in emotional intimacy, a window into a marriage that has, for nearly 3 decades, captivated the public precisely because of its refreshing authenticity. Kelly Ripa's tears were not for the cameras. They were in spite of them. They were a testament to a love so deep that the professional milestones of one partner are felt as visceral, personal journeys for the other. To understand the weight of that moment is to understand the entire tapestry of Kelly and Mark's relationship, a story that began with a whirlwind romance and has matured into a powerful testament to commitment, partnership, and the beautiful, heartbreaking passage of time. The setting was familiar, the bright, cheerful studio of Live, a show built on morning banter and light-hearted camaraderie. Kelly, typically the effervescent anchor, was holding the fort solo. The topic turned to Mark Consuelos, her husband of over 27 years, and his burgeoning success as a director. He was away, immersed in directing an episode of the hit Netflix series The Night Agent, a significant and demanding step in his already impressive career. As Kelly began to speak about him, the professional host's composure began to fracture. Her voice softened, catching on the edges of emotion. She spoke not with the detached pride of a publicist, but with the overwhelmed awe of a life partner. She detailed his intense dedication, the long hours, the meticulous preparation, the sheer creative force he was pouring into the project. Her description painted a picture of an artist fully in his element, commanding a set with a quiet authority that she herself, a veteran of the industry, found deeply impressive. Then came the tears. They were not tears of sadness in the traditional sense, but tears of immense, almost unbearable pride, mixed with the palpable ache of his absence. "I miss him so much," she confessed, her voice trembling. This was the core of the heartbreak. It was the pain of witnessing a person you love soar to new heights and not being physically present to share in the daily triumphs and challenges. It was the loneliness of an empty side of the bed, the silence in a home usually filled with their shared laughter, and the chaos of family life. In this moment, Kelly Ripa dismantled the curated facade of celebrity perfection. She revealed the universal truth that even the most glamorous lives are built on the same foundational needs: companionship, presence, and shared experience. Her emotional update was a powerful reminder that love is not just about celebrating the big public victories, it is about craving the mundane, everyday moments that form the bedrock of a relationship. Fans were not crying for her, they were crying with her, recognizing in her vulnerability their own experiences of missing a deployed spouse, a partner on a business trip, a child away at college. It was a shared moment of human connection, transcending the gloss of Hollywood. To view this emotional moment in isolation is to miss its true significance. It is merely the latest, deeply heartfelt chapter in a love story that has unfolded in the public eye since the mid-1990s. The strength Kelly displayed in her vulnerability is not newfound, it is a strength forged and tempered over the course of a remarkable partnership that began in the most unlikely of ways. The year was 1995. Kelly Ripa was the vibrant, rising star playing Haley Vaughn on the popular soap opera All My Children. The search was on for a new actor to play the charismatic, troubled Mateo Santos, a role that would become a fan favorite. When Mark Consuelos, a relatively unknown actor with striking looks and a quiet intensity, walked into audition, the chemistry was reportedly immediate and electric. However, in a twist of fate that now seems like a plot from a romantic comedy, Kelly initially found him smarmy, while Mark thought she was, in his words, annoying. But life, like any good soap opera, is full of surprises. Forced to do a screen test together, a kiss that was supposed to be a mere formality, something shifted. The air crackled, the professional pretense fell away, and a genuine, undeniable connection was sparked. They began a clandestine romance, hiding their relationship from producers and co-stars, stealing moments in a tiny, windowless dressing room. This secret beginning created a powerful, intimate bubble for their love to grow, away from the prying eyes of the media and the pressures of their workplace. Their commitment was as swift as it was decisive. Just 1 year after meeting, in 1996, they eloped to Las Vegas in a move that was pure, unadulterated impulse. It was not a lavish, planned celebrity wedding. It was a quiet, profound promise made between two people who simply knew that they had found their person. Kelly famously paid for the wedding license, a symbolic gesture of their equal partnership from the very start. When they returned to the set of All My Children, their co-stars were stunned. The foundation of their relationship was built not on fame or fortune, but on a fierce, private certainty that they were meant to be together. In the years that followed, as Kelly's star skyrocketed with her role on Live, which was first with Regis Philbin, and Mark's career flourished with roles in shows like Riverdale, they made a conscious decision to build a fortress around their family. They welcomed 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, and their parenting philosophy became as admired as their marriage. They spoke of their children with a refreshing honesty, celebrating their achievements while also acknowledging the normal, messy challenges of family life. Their relationship, however, remained the central pillar. They have never shied away from showcasing their dynamic, a blend of deep admiration, fierce loyalty, and a teasing, playful banter that keeps their connection young. On social media and on their show, their interactions are a masterclass in long-term partnership. They are each other's biggest cheerleaders and most trusted confidants. Mark's steady, grounded presence is the perfect counterbalance to Kelly's effervescent, sometimes anxious energy. He is her rock, and she is her fire. This is why the recent emotional update was so powerful. It was a glimpse of the fortress momentarily feeling the strain of distance. It showed that even the strongest of partnerships, those that appear unshakable from the outside, require constant nurturing and, most importantly, presence. Kelly's tears were not a sign of weakness in the fortress, but a proof of its value. You only miss what is truly, deeply essential. Mark Consuelos' journey to becoming a sought-after director is a story of quiet ambition and relentless work ethic, qualities that Kelly has always celebrated in him. For years, he has been more than just a handsome face on television, he is a student of the craft. He moved from in front of the camera to behind it, not as a vanity project, but as a natural evolution of his understanding of storytelling. His directing work began on Riverdale, where he also starred as the villainous Hiram Lodge. Earning the trust of a production team and a cast of fellow actors is no small feat. It requires a unique blend of technical knowledge, interpersonal skill, and creative vision. By all accounts, Mark excelled. He earned a reputation for being prepared, collaborative, and insightful, a director who understands actors because he is one.
This success paved the way for the high-stakes opportunity on The Night Agent, a major Netflix thriller with a global audience. Directing an episode of such a series is a monumental task involving complex action sequences, a large cast and crew, and immense pressure. Kelly's emotional description of his dedication, the long nights, the storyboards, the intense focus, painted a picture of a man fully committing himself to his art. Her tears were, in part, the culmination of watching this evolution from up close. She has witnessed the years of groundwork, the quiet confidence, and the passion that led to this moment. Her pride was not just for the job he was doing, but for the man he had become in the process. The public's reaction to Kelly's emotional update was immediate and visceral. Social media flooded with messages of support, with thousands of fans sharing that they too had been moved to tears. This was not the reaction to a scandal, but to a shared emotional experience. Why did this particular moment resonate so deeply?